So I might as well tell you how to get them God's way. She tackles that taboo subject of the black community. She argues that the view of black sexuality has interfered with constructive responses to the AIDS epidemic, teen pregnancies, has frustrated healthy male and female relationships, and has rendered the black womanness theologian silent on sexual issues. I wrote a book. It's my dissertation. Those of you that know, to get a real doctorate, you actually have to write a dissertation. I know everybody a doctor now, but you do have to write something to become a doctor. I spent 3 years writing this dissertation called Size Does Matter, Moving Your Ministry from Micro to Mega. And in it, I talk about how in the mega church, everything is magnified. Everybody thinks when you got a big old church, you got big people, big offerings, big attendance, but you also got big issues. Yeah, everything's magnified. You go to a church with a couple hundred people in it, you may have one brother up in there gay, you may have 2, 3 sisters dealing with this, and maybe 3 or 4 with that. But what happens when you got 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 people coming to your church? Everything is magnified, which means the stuff I hear on a weekly basis could be in a movie. It can make Jerry Springer squirm. I'm telling you, it's what you do. You get nasty when you are a mega church pastor. You go home smelling like sex, drugs, and rock and roll because you hugging everybody, dealing with everything. And shame on me if I can hear your hearts and then not help you get through what you are dealing with. Sexuality in the black church. First of all, what about pornography? You know, it's amazing because nobody wants to talk about this. It's like when you got a mega church, you're not dealing with nothing. The rapper said, the more money, the more problems. I want to snatch it back and tell them the more members, the more problems. And the more members you got, the more stuff you deal with. Pornography being one. Pornography, this issue of pornography. Peep this, everybody. In a poll of 1,000 respondents, 50% of Christian men and 20% of Christian women were found to be addicted to pornography. 51% of pastors say cyber porn is a possible temptation. 37% say it is a current struggle. 4 in 10 pastors have visited a porn site. 17.8% of all born-again Christian adults have visited sexually oriented websites. 34% of readers of today's Christian women online newsletter admitted to intentionally accessing internet porn. A 2003 survey from Internet Filter reported that 47% of Christians admit pornography is a major problem in their homes. An internet survey conducted by Rick Warren of Saddleback Church in 2002 found 30% of 6,000 pastors have viewed internet porn in the last 30 days. I was not a part of that survey, by the way, this morning. I didn't get the memo on that one, so a Christian Today leadership survey in 2001 reported 37% of pastors have viewed internet porn. Family Safe Media reports 53% of men belonging to the Christian organization Promise Keepers visit porn sites every week. 1 in 7 calls to focus on the family's pastoral care hotline is related to internet pornography. Today's Christian Woman in 2003 found that 1 in 6 women, including Christian sisters, struggle with pornography addictions, and somebody would rather me not teach on it. It's the truth. It's real. It is ravaging the family. You know, somebody's sitting there saying, Pastor, there's one thing you can't deny. If they grown in their own home, whose business is it? It's not you and your babies and your wife. Stay out of it, Pastor. No, I'm a pastor. I care about the church, people, society, the moral fabric of America, the moral fabric of our culture as black people and even other ethnicities. Don't tell me this stuff doesn't rip families apart. Because see, when a brother watching pornography, his wife can't match that intensity. You see, he watching some stuff them two don't do, and he watching some stuff that she can never do in many cases. So now he doesn't want to sleep with her. Coupled with that, his son gets a hold to this mess. Now he got daddy's demons. By the time he's 16, 17, he need all type of stuff to be satisfied. No one woman, no matter how sexy, how built, is going to turn him on because his mind is gone. Unless he really gets Jesus in the blood, and even with the blood, he's wrestling to this day because he had so much stuff before he met Jesus. Don't tell me, man. I deal with brothers all over this church, pastors all over the world. That's what I do, man. Women watching, and now her husband doesn't satisfy her because she wants all this stuff, ends up in divorce. Now the kids are messed up, all because someone was watching pornography. You got to be careful what you let go into your eyes. Elder Nancy wrote a great book called Guarding Your Gates. One of my elders wrote a book called Guarding Your Gates that you ought to get. It's there on our website, my personal website. It's everywhere. Get it because it'll bless you. Guarding your gates, what you let come in your eyes, what you let come in your heart. Please catch this, everybody. You know, this girl tweeted me. She tweeted me, and she just tweeted me and said, your ministry blesses me. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to the impact of, you're my favorite pastor. You know, you changed my life with your teaching. It was just such a beautiful spiritual tweet. Sometimes I click on the pictures, men and women, just to see what the person looks like. It was such a nice tweet, and I clicked on the picture, and the girl half naked. I'm thinking, did you know who you was tweeting? How you gonna tweet me with sexy chocolate clothes on? I mean, didn't you know? And that got me thinking about how many men who are not as strong as me or don't have as much authority. And the girl was absolutely attractive. I'm telling you, absolutely attractive. And right there, I told Lady Vernon about it. I said, the average brother, because brothers turn talking about what we see. And the average brother whose wife tripping or he's not making enough love to her, where he's single and not in the word, that right there could take him on a journey, masturbation, watching stuff. From there, he goes to a whole nother site. Next thing he knows, spending 2-3 hours on this computer just because one person showed him something. You got to guard what you see. Please hear me. Please hear me. As a heterosexual, real brother standing here, trust me, I'm successful with Lady Vernon because I don't have any juxtapositions, any comparisons. I don't look at other women naked. I can't handle that. That's going to mess me up with her. You see, if I see something better or something whatever, and my mind starts to trip, now I'm making love to my wife thinking about this girl. That's not right. That's adultery. That's a soul tie. So Pastor, you don't look at that stuff because you don't like it. Oh no, I like some of it. That's why I don't look at it. I want to make sure y'all not keeping it real.